Hey there folks, Paul Oz here once again. I just had this thought. I've been watching this interview that Ola Englund did with Mattias Eklund. Mattias Ia Eklund. I hope that my pronunciation's okay. And Ola asked this really great question that a lot of my students ask me too, actually. He was like, well, I've had a long day at work, you know, whether you're a musician or not, like, oh, I've had a long day, I just don't want to pick up, I don't want to look at the guitar, it just feels like exhausting to say even the word practice. And I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, you know, like a lot of people relate to this, let's see what Mattias is going to say. And he gave a pretty good answer, I would say, but it got me thinking about what would my answer be as opposed to anything else. And it came back to this. Whenever I feel uninterested to play the guitar, I try to think of, well, what would I like to be playing, basically? What got me into playing guitar in the first place is the first question I ask myself. And I'm like, well, old school Pantera riffs and Metallica riffs and things like that. And that's good, right? Because that means I have an immediate access to things that I like to play and practice. And that inevitably turns into 5 minutes, 10 minutes rediscovering how to play 5 minutes alone or how to play Domination. And this sounds sick, and I really love that. So like as early as today, I had a student who was like, yeah, I just haven't found the time and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, dude, just play stuff that you love to play and you will inadvertently already be playing some guitar. And it'll be from a place of like, fuck yeah, that riff's fun, you know? I just find it really fascinating that people get so caught up in the idea of practicing that they don't. Or they feel like practice is a dirty word, and it's really not. It's a beautiful thing. Practice means growth, man. Growth is the best thing ever. I would say if you're ever stuck in a rut, and if Ola ever interviewed me, that would be my answer. Go back to something that got you excited in the first place about playing guitar when you were a teenager or when you just first started. Doesn't matter. You could be 50 and playing for the first time. Going and playing something that you really love to play and love to hear and listen to is inevitably a way to start feeling a little bit more conscious joy, which sounds like spiritual crap, I know, I'm sorry. But you experience that joy of like, dude. For me, playing 7-string versions of Pantera riffs is like, so satisfying. And when you're playing something that's satisfying, you sound better. And when you're playing it from that state of mind of like, this is awesome, you sound better. It's kind of a no-brainer. You just go back to the beginning. And a lot of the times people forget that kind of thinking, but I hope that this video inspires you. And if Ola ever watches this, that's what I'd say to you, man. You're killing it though. I mean, I listen to Ola Englund's interviews and I always get inspired. He did this one with Per Nilsson and it's like, I have to go practice. So how about that as an answer? What Ola is doing is inspiring so many other people in the first place. It's a fascinating kind of a thing. Like he's inadvertently planting these seeds within people just like, oh wow, that's a sick tone. You know, I'm going to go and like check out what Laney amps sound like. Oh, I really want to be able to get that sound. I wonder how Mattias did that. Or, you know, these little questions get you back into that state of mind of like, fuck yeah, music. And I love that enthusiasm. So keep up the interviews. Again, if Ola ever watches this, we'll see. I don't know. Probably not, but you know, whatever. It's all good. And I hope that this video finds you well. I'm going to be teaching now, so I have to go. Just thought I'd do this quick little 4-minute video, it looks like, and I'll catch you next time, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Share this video if you feel like inspiring some other people. I hope it's inspired you to pick up your guitar. And I've been Paul Oz. Cheers, folks!